Well, I want to greet you if you're listening in to me right now. I'm in Jack Cooper Lounge, or actually the study center at Center for Continuing Education here in Princeton Theological Seminary. This is my school, and it's been a joy to be here for these days, November 4, 5, and 6, 2015, and we've had a full house. This place has been full. We've had about 85 people here for a seminar we called The Joy of Expositional Teaching and Preaching. The joy of exposition. What does it mean? What is exposition all about? How do we enable a text of the Old Testament and New Testament to make its own point and to speak for itself, and then to see what that means and how to share it and how to make it accessible to people in all walks of life and all ages. And the wonder of the New Testament, Old Testament, is that it makes sense and it can be understood. And when we are able to unpack it and allow the great sentences to come together, and a person can read them for themselves, then there's that wonderful aha moment when I see myself. I see it for myself. I see a great theme, a great truth. It isn't so much that a pastor told me that God loves me or told me that Jesus Christ is faithful. I saw it for myself in the text. That's the goal. And we had these 3 days to focus on that subject, and I'm grateful that it's been filmed. They even filmed the Q&A times when members of this group of people, pastors, and we had people in all walks of life. We had some people who were deacons in their church, pastors in their church, from every part of the United States, Presbyterians, Baptists, all different denominations, and to hear these folks have a chance to ask questions, make comments, and they were filmed too, so you see their faces. And it's just been the most marvelous 3 days. It's been put into film, and it's going to be available. It's available for you to watch or to use as a class. If you want to have a class on exposition, or make the case for exposition of the Bible with a Bible student group, or a group of young people training for ministry or training to teach in the church, or in a young life setting, or any kind of setting where they need to figure out how to teach the Bible and to work with the Bible with small groups or large groups. This whole 3 days was focused on that. We actually looked at one book in detail, and we spent 1 day on St. Paul's last letter, his letter to Timothy, 2 Timothy. And that was just, for me, a great joy to be able to focus on that one book. But we did more things. In fact, in the third day, Michael Denham was able to share with us the joy of expositional worship, when the whole worship service surrounds the text and surrounds the great themes of the Bible in music, in spoken word, in every part of worship. He shared that with us. And our president of the seminary, Craig Barnes, gave the response to that presentation. And then other professors and different folks gave responses to the parts that were in the first 2 days. And also I want to thank the 85 people that showed up here at Princeton and traveled from all these different places to be at this conference. I was so moved to see the interest that men and women have in exposition. And then if you are watching this and it's something that makes sense to you, I'm grateful that you're willing to watch it too. And I hope that it becomes a joyous experience. That's why we titled this whole time, The Joy of Expositional Teaching and Preaching in the Church.